Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today, as the video title suggested, we're going to be reviewing the BAK X4TS. It's a brand new cover by them, improving on what I think was an already great cover, just giving it more capability and features. We're going to be putting it on this truck behind me. We're also going to be adding some other cool accessories to increase the capability of those T-slots and its versatility. So let's get right into it. Really excited about this video. This is Truck Ownership 101. I'm Spencer Evelbach. Class is now in session. All right, before we get started, first, big shout out to Real Truck for sending me these products for free, full disclosure, to get my hands on it, to let you guys check it out, let you guys make a more informed decision to see if this kind of product is right for you. If you appreciate that, the best way to say thank you and to help support the channel is by following the links that I'll have pinned in the top comment in the video description. Again, that helps support me, that helps support Real Truck, so thank you in advance for taking that extra step. It doesn't affect your prices on anything. I do get a little bit of a kickback if you do that, so again, just thank you guys a ton for the support, but let's get into it. So what we're going to be installing today is the BAK Revolver. It's the X4TS. So the TS is the new in their lineup, and what that's going to do is it's going to add the T-slots, which allows more capabilities, and that's going to, what we're going to utilize that for is this elevate system. That's going to put legs basically on it and allow those crossbars so we can put different types of accessories, mounting stuff up there. And what we're going to be using are these Rhino Rack kayak holders. So we've got some kayaks here and we've got the truck here. So as you can see, this truck already has a backflip MX4. Great cover. I've reviewed these in the past. I've got some other videos if you want to check them out. But obviously it doesn't have that T-slot system that we're looking for, but I don't think, right now this cover does not come with that option, and I don't think it will, just because based on how it functions. So before I guess we tear this one off, we can talk a little bit about it and figure out the kind of the pros and cons and what may lean you one way to the other on some of these different covers. So who better to review this cover and kind of explain why we're changing from a flip to a revolver than the owner of the cover. We've got the owner of this truck, Ryan, here, and he's going to take us through kind of the pros and cons of this cover. So take it away, Ryan.
Sure. Good morning. So real reason that I've loved this cover. I've had the truck for a year, and this has been on it the entire time I've owned it. Mostly nothing but pros, but the big reason for me wanting to change really comes from my kids like to go kayaking, and when I go kayaking, or when they go kayaking rather, kind of ruins my box space to carry anything else. So hence the need to switch and make a switch. So lucky enough to have you as my neighbor to try something new. So with that said, if we're going to run through a little pros and cons, I'll look at one would be the space that it takes up if I don't have a rack. But the other thing to look at would be the cover of this. We got hit by hail last year at some point, and it did have a few dents in it. Now the truck didn't get any dents, and I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera.
Yeah, it looks like I got it.
Okay, yeah, so it did get a few dents in it. Aesthetically, you can't really see it. No one that doesn't own the truck really sees it but me, but I know it's there. It is super low profile. It's sleek. I really do like it. But the two things that I've never really cared for really come down to, well, first off, when you roll it up, I mean, first one, it's not so bad. But then you double the weight when you need to go to the next one, and it gets a little heavier. And then when you have to go to the last one, you kind of strain just to get it back up. So if you have back problems or shoulder problems or whatever, it can be a little harder. And then the other downside is that it covers up your back window so you can't see out of it. So hence the move to a roll-up cover. I've had that on my other trucks in the past to have a roll-up, so I'm kind of excited to move back to that. But other things to go back to, this thing weather-wise keeps most of the water out, any moisture and that sort of thing, so that's nice. It's heavy because it's good quality at the end of the day too, so that's something that you can't really complain about either. So that'd be my initial thoughts on this backflip. Again, I've liked it for the most part. Just a little heavy, covers up the back window, and with us having a boat and going out on the kayaks a lot, it'd be nice to have this backspace for when we do travel with everything at the same time to have a little more space and then keep the stuff that's inside here safe from the weather when we travel.
There you go. All right, so let's get to it. The plan is going to be to get this cover off, get the new cover on, and figure out that whole leg system to elevate this up, get the crossbars attached, get those kayak mounts on there, figure out kind of the spacing and everything, what's ideal for where we're going to put these and how far they're going to space. Like I said, the X4TS is going to be the cover. This Elevate system, it actually comes with some adjustability to it, so we can decide exactly how far up we want these to go, if we're looking to get above the cab or not. You know, the big thing is going to be just making sure we have enough clearance as well, because we're going to be having a roll-up variant cover now. That's got to be able to clear. So yeah, let's get to that. Let's get everything put on and take a look at it from there. Hey everybody, welcome back. When we were last filming, we came into a problem where I was getting some fitment issues. I have since paused for a little bit of time here. Got in touch with Real Truck. We did some research, tried to figure out the proper fitment, and let me just show you what we came to here. So if you remember from the beginning of the video, we were going with a Rhino rack system for the kayak mounts, and what we learned was that this Elevate system is awesome. The weight ratings on this stuff is really good, and they're adjustable. They're a really good system, but those crossbars are larger than most, and what we found was with the Rhino rack system, these bolts were not long enough, and you contact Real Truck, you contact Rhino rack, and what they're going to tell you is just go to your local hardware store, buy some longer bolts. I wasn't super thrilled with that answer as far as giving you guys something that I would recommend. They looked like great, they had great kayak mounts, they had extra features that I think this one doesn't, but I wanted to get a whole setup here that worked that I could recommend for you guys. So again, Real Truck helped me select these, so shout out to them too. And they sent over these, I guess I can show you the box, these JAYHOOKs. So a little simpler, less moving parts, no mounts for the actual like kayak paddles or anything. But what I really liked about them is that they had two different length bolts right in the box. So went with the longer ones, and these are plenty long. Looking down here, you can see, I'll show you a picture, there's plenty of threads in there and extra. So these will definitely work with this setup, and if you liked the other things that you can purchase, just be aware that these bars, when they say fits most, these aren't most. So, but anyway, we've got these installed, everything mounted, and pretty satisfied with everything, but let's get the owner's perspective in here, and we'll kind of walk you through what we got here. So Ryan, if you want to take it away.
Sure, yeah, let's roll through first things first. Real reason for this, even putting these on there to even make it make sense, if you will, was surrounded by, every time we'd go take the kayaks out, we'd have to throw them in the back of the truck. They don't really fit in the back of the truck. It's, every truck these days, the box is a little smaller than you probably would like. So when I have to put it in, I don't really have any storage left over. As a result, Spencer had kind of talked to me about this, so thought, hey, why not put these on here? We can put the kayaks up top, and then I've got plenty of room for everything else in the box here. So I don't know if you want to hop on over and kind of take a look at how much. I guess the reality is that if I'm, say going on a fishing trip, I could throw everything in the box yet, and I'm weatherproofed, and I have nothing to worry about. So for me, that was a big deal. The other thing, I have a boat, and one thing that's nice as well is I don't have to throw the kayaks in the boat, so I have more room in the boat for other things as well. This just gives me a lot more options for storage more than anything else.
Mm-hmm. And operation of the reason why we went with the Revolver bed cover was that you'd still be able to have full functionality of that, correct?
Yeah, great point. So I had previously had a backflip, and one of the things that was a little cumbersome about that is, I think we spoke about it earlier in the video, is once you get that put up, it's hard. Like I would have never been able to get it by here. So this makes my life a lot easier. Not only is it, well, quite simply, it's lighter. I can roll it up, and I've still got plenty of room to get underneath and it's also not blocking my back window. So life got quite a bit easier when we added that in for a lot of different reasons. So I really like that. That's, I love roll-up covers for the, you know, a lot of different reasons, but that's one of them that I can still see out of the back of the truck. That's a big deal. That one's light, but it's built solid as a rock because, of course, I had an 8-year-old that hopped up on top and was standing on it just yesterday and didn't seem to even flinch. So it's built really well. Super happy with it, and couldn't ask for better.
Cool. All right, just one more thing we want to talk about as far as really making sure this is tied down securely before you're actually going to take it down the highway. The directions and all the kind of documentation are really focused on, like, if this was on the top of a car or an SUV, the tie downs that are included, they kind of show you going to the back hitch or to the front of the vehicle. Obviously, with the back of a truck, that kind of changes our plan a little bit, how we would approach that. So Ryan, how would you really secure this to feel confident bringing this down the highway?
Yeah, so I mean, first off, I guess you know, it's kind of like you've shown them in the picture a little bit about how this works and how you're going to tie them down. If I'm going 75 down the road, it's going to be a little different than if I'm going 30. And I guess, you know, right now what we have is we have the straps that go around it right now, and it's around it on the front. But as far as moving that way, I'm not worried about that at all. But maybe it's, you know, if it moves around enough or it's windy enough, I am a little worried about it shooting out. So what I do is first step on my beautiful AMP Research step.
Available at Real Truck.
Secondly, it does come with an S-hook, so it does come with another strap for this. I'm going to find, you know, these are your standard kind of kids kayaks that we have on here now, but depending on your type of kayak, you're going to have other things to strap down to. With this one in particular, I've got a couple things on the front and a couple things here. I'm going to run this S-hook probably from here and put it around, so it's going to take it from moving this way and that way. Same with this one, and that's going to make me feel a lot better. I'm not going to worry about it at all. That's the only thing I'd change.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. All right. Well, I think that about does it for this video. Again, big shout out to Real Truck for sending us this stuff, letting us review it. If you're interested in anything that you see here, I'll have links in the description and I'll pin it on the top comment. So thank you guys a ton for watching this. Thank you, Real Truck, for sending us all this stuff. Like, subscribe. I've got a lot more content coming. So till next time, class dismissed.